Here, in a museum, are remnants of ancient animals that ruled the earth for 160 million years. These were the dinosaurs. There are hundreds of dinosaur specimens in museums around the globe, and they're pretty neat to look at since they're so amazing. But one question still remains: what were they like in real life? What if we could travel back to time to see how dinosaurs act? Now that's the answer what we're likely to give. But there's only one way to find out. Here we are in the Cretaceous period. This world may look similar to ours, but this is very different. There are no people, no cats, dogs, horses, or cows. This is a world ruled by dinosaurs. Dinosaurs may seem like monsters like in movies, but there's more to them than you realize. In this series, you'll see how dinosaurs came to be, from where they live, what they eat, how they fight, and reproduce. You'll also see what events had conspired to drive these animals to extinction. But this series will take you back much further, here in the Jurassic period, when life on Earth is at its most spectacular. Here, the Earth like a reset button, allowing new creatures to thrive, which were the reptiles. To who we know today were the dinosaurs. But they're not the only ones who thrive here. Pterosaurs rule the skies, and below them, massive marine reptiles covers the rich oceans. However, this series will go even further to discover how dinosaurs came from. Now, our world is very different. All the continents have smushed together into a supercontinent we call Pangea. There are two seasons, wet and dry. Right now, the dry season is at its peak. Some parts of Pangea can be a truly wasteland. Vast deserts and rocky landscapes cover the land, and the temperatures can go up to 60 degrees Celsius. These conditions are the result of the last great extinction back in the Permian. Now is the Triassic period, where many reptiles have evolved to all kinds of species, and one particular kind is taking over the ecosystem fast. This is the first dinosaur. Eoraptor, about the size of a beagle, small but agile. This is a male who's on the search for food. Right now, he has to quench his thirst. Dicynodons are not dinosaurs, as though in fact ancient reptiles different than dinosaurs. And his ear raptor posts a note that to him as he quenches his thirst. These two different reptiles have been competing against one another for survival. Right now, there's no challenge, just quenching thirst to get ready for hunger. And his ear raptor is all set for his hunt. One of the Dinodons drinks peacefully now. Dignodons may be too big for the ear raptor. He's on a search for something right about his size, smaller. A lizard. They'll hunt, but you'll have a better chance next time. Pteranosaurs, another generation of dinosaurs. Unlike the Eoraptor, Pteranosaurs are herbivores and they graze the grassland. While they are grazing peacefully, these smart dinosaurs are not safe from danger. The Triceratops is home to many large eating reptiles, mostly from ancient times. Fortunately, they are dying out, and dinosaurs are growing in numbers every day. At this time, most ancient reptiles are gone. The male earth is finding a quiet place to rest. If he wants to find food, he has to regain energy. Saurosuchus, not a dinosaur, but an ancient reptile. An archosaur, resembling a crocodile, and he's the apex predator here. Right now, he's not looking for food. He's going to get something to drink. Even though the ancient reptiles are dying out, he still holds his ground well. No one poses a threat to him, not even the dinosaurs. And he still shows them why he's the apex predator here. And when other Saurosuchus came around, he would show that he's the boss. The next few hours had gone by, and the Basilosaurus herd continued grazing with no sign of disturbance. They've been grazing for hours and hours. It's like nothing would disturb their peace. However, evolution still brings danger. Herrerasaurus, a 3-meter carnivore, also a dinosaur. Hunts his usual prey. He's getting through the dry season quite well. And here's someone you don't want to mess with. After resting for a couple hours, the male earround is back in the hunt with full energy. Hopefully, it will be useful this time. Successful. Unfortunately, this kill isn't for him. His mate accepts the food, and he is safe. After she finally accepts, in a few weeks, she'll lay eggs, and then they'll both become parents, giving a new rise to a generation of ear raptors in this new world. In the late afternoon, the Dignodon herd left the riding hold to feed. When they feel threatened, the tusk of these herbivores can be a lethal weapon. However, it doesn't make them invulnerable forever. The Saurosuchus is on the hunt. He's too slow to chase prey. Instead, he's got another strategy. While his prey is wounded, he won't risk injury trying to take it down. He might be slow, but he will still pick up the pace to follow the blood trail. Ever since the injury is still affecting him, the wounded Dignodon eventually collapse. And the Saurosuchus has food. Unlike crocodiles today, who usually hunt their prey in the water, this one, on land, uses the element of surprise, and he was truly successful. In the early morning, the raptor pair is resting. They got to know each other very well, and they know one day there'll be a family with generation 8 raptors along the way. This could be perfect for them. Even though dinosaurs are starting to flourish all over the earth, they're still competing with one another for survival. The pair knows that when the eggs hatch, being parents will be tough, especially when they guard against predators like the Herosaurus. Once the female lays her eggs, they will be very cautious. The dry season is still having its advantages, still making life tough for the animals here. There is still some water left, but not much. Animals must take in what they have. Pisanosaurus used to live near the watering hole to feast on less vegetation. Once it disappears, they will be forced to move. Same goes for the Dinodons. They call the watering hole home. But once the water dries, they'll have to move too, with their fates unknown. But for the Saurosuchus, it's a different story. He depends on his food around here. But once they leave, he'll have no food left and will be forced to find new prey, which will not be good for him, since Dinodons are his main target. But when the going gets tough, you have to do it. Unlike the other animals who are trying to find a new home, the raptor pair is staying in their old home since the female is now pregnant. Soon, she'll lay eggs, and the hatchlings will rise into the new world. While his mate rests, the male keeps an eye out for any threat that might come near them, and he's on high alert. so far, the coast is clear. As the dry season continues, the carnivores must take every opportunity it can to find food, and that means new prey. Knowing that carnivores is a threat, the male must try to lure him away, and he knows what to do. With the enemy gone and his mate safe, the male knows that the next generation will have a great future under his protection, including his mate. The dry season is now getting worse. Now, all the water has dried out, bringing the herbivores to find new locations. not wanting to live in a desert, the herbivores move on. Hopefully, at the new home, the resources they need will be available. As for the Saurosuchus, things had not gone right for him. Since his prey had left, there's no other available food except for dinosaurs, which he doesn't usually prey on. And not only that, the sun is pretty hot, and it's beating down on him, making him weak. He must find somewhere to cool off, or he'll be even more exhausted. The top part of the Triassic took his last stand. Soon, he will vanish, and then the rest of the ancient world. He gave his best effort, but it just wasn't enough. Soon, he would become food for the more agile animals of the Triassic. Soon, the world will be taken over by other kinds of reptiles. A much better adapted species that established a great dynasty, the dinosaurs. After returning food for his mate, the female Eoraptor has a big secret to show. She has laid 2 eggs. In a few days, they will hatch, and the hatchlings will sent to a new world they will now live. Soon, the dinosaurs will rise and take over the earth, and the ancient reptiles will disappear. A new age will begin soon enough. Mm. Mm. In another part of the world, new sounds have arrived. Mm. 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 An enormous herd of reptiles has arrived. These adults measure 8 meters, weigh over 10 tons. With such size, they don't have predators, and they are the pioneers. They're one of the biggest species that ever walked the earth. This is the shape of things to come. The age of the dinosaurs has dawned.